love me, yeah, they love me. First love yourself. For that, and God we trust me. I don't trust myself. Your jewelry, I get it took. No show.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. Of course, I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Cam and Mase.
What up? What up?
Said we was doing the silk. I said, all I got to do is go in my closet. We doing silk. I threw in the silk, pink diamonds. I said, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. We doing silk. Let's do silk. That's what you told me.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I thought you all week you silk. So I said, let me go in my silk department and pull some silk, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good, man. That's what's up, man. Good to see you, man. I feel good today, man.
Hey, and today we are joined by a very special guest. He was drafted as the 8th overall pick in the 2000 NBA draft. He was named NBA Sixth Man of the Year 3 times, and he's the NBA's career leader in 4-point plays. He also broke Michael Jordan's record of becoming the oldest player to score 50-plus points in a game. Introducing Jamal Crawford.
Crawford, what up, baby?
Crawford, what up?
What's good? How you doing?
What up, Money Mase? I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Nah, no problem, man. So first and foremost, before we get to anything, what the fuck is on Gilly mind thinking that he could beat you?
Hey, you threw him the lob. I didn't think he was going to really dunk it like that, though. I'm thinking he just going to be like, nah, I got game in the big 3. That's a different beast. But he went all – I thought Fat Joe said today he was a zombie. So I'm thinking, something's up with Gilly. You tell me, you talk to him, what's up?
He was on that pack. That's what he was on.
Gilly smoke a lot of weed, man. I don't know which pack he was on, but he's definitely on the pack. Look, and to be totally honest with you, not just saying this because you're here, you look like you're 28 years old and still could play in the NBA right now. Is it a reason that you're not in the NBA, or is it just that you say, you know what, I served my time, I had a good career, and I'm going to move on? Or is this that it was no situation for you? Because the shit that I see you still doing today, I'm like, Jamal, is no way in the world is 480 players better than Jamal Crawford right now in the NBA.
To be honest, I think about it. My highest scoring month of my career was the last month, and I'm 39 years old. And so I got my last game is 51. That's all off the bench. I averaged 31 points and 6 assists off the bench at 39 years old. So honestly, it took me a while to figure it out. Job the next year. So I'm like, what's going on? And the only answer I could come up with is, at that age, you're not really supposed to still be doing it. You're supposed to be the vet on the bench, just like, yo, this is how you do it. When I was doing it, when I could hoop, I saw this, and that, and you helped that way, which I was cool with. I did that for the first part of the season. But at that age, they don't want you to still be scoring like that. They want you to be the vet. Because think about it, you got a fan base, people still want to see you. And that could get in the way of a young player, reaching his potential if you're delaying that by still balling out there. So that was the only thing I could think of, because they couldn't question character or my game.
So you averaged 31 off the bench. In your last game that you had 51 points?
And 51 points, 5 assists. And me and Kobe are the only 2 players in history to get 25 for 3 straight games in their 19th year or more.
Stats,
and mine's off the bench.
Stat, you ain't read that stat. He's like, he said you forgot. He said bring that up, man. But saying everything that you just said, Gilly, you smoking crazy. I don't know if it's just Gilly. Weed at this point. But listen, to be totally honest with you, Gilly didn't back down, and Gilly still wants to play. And I let everybody know, me, Gilly, and Jamal was all on the phone talking to figure out how we're going to get this game done after he's back out to Gilly because he was traveling. But Gilly definitely agreed with Jamal on the phone that he will play, and Jamal is definitely willing to play. So we're setting up a pay-per-view event, and we're going to figure out how these 2 can definitely play because, what's his name? Gilbert or Reed, whatever, Chauncey Gillups. Yeah. He's really taking this seriously. I don't know why, but you have to love his competitive nature, and he says he's willing to play Jamal Crawford. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and aim for the middle of January. I have to see if that works for Gilly. I don't want to talk on his behalf. But if we could get this done in the middle of January and we get the right sponsors, the right venue, and these guys feel that they make the right money, both of them have agreed to play each other. I think it'll be sensational.
So, Crawford, do you think he's even in your league at this point?
No, but guys make fights, and Gilly got some game, and I see what he likes to go to. I see his step back. I'm watching him, and he got game, but come on, Murder. That like you calling it's one thing. He whispered my name, and then live he did. He said, "Yeah, like Jamal Crawford, Bud Crawford," and he kind of slipped it in. Pause. But when you wasn't gonna catch me the first one.
You on point.
Yeah. When I realized he said my name out loud, I'm like, wow, okay, so all right, it's on now. So he really thinks he should get it. So pause, he's gonna, we gonna match up.
Yeah, I don't think he could at all beat you or even it be a close game. I just had to ask it for the listeners. I'm not that dumb. He didn't pass me the blunt.
What I will say is this, though, Croft, is this. Let's say let's just say 16, 1 and 2s.
Yeah.
Gilly may be looking for a moral victory if the game is 16-13.
Yeah.
He may be saying, I shouldn't have scored 13. Yeah. So you got to be aware of all this shit that he may pull off if the game goes down. A lot of niggas be like, I won.
Yeah, because he said, I fired that nigga up. You saw I had him on skates.
Yeah,
he looking for a moment.
Yeah, because the last thing I heard on your show, last time he played, he had 51.
Yeah.
So you have to take all that into effect as well.
Be like, the nigga had 51 and he had 16 on me, but I had 13. So are we saying I would have had 40 in my last game? That's...
If it's 16-13, that is a win for him. But you know what? I'm not going to underestimate him. I've seen him get buckets on people. I'm not going to walk in there, like I just know I'm going to beat him. I should win. I'm the favorite, but I'm not going to walk in there disrespecting him. But what I will say is this. I've been thinking about it, and there was 10 moves I never pulled out. If I made the All-Star game, I was going to pull them out. So I think I'm going to pull one of those moves out against Gil. The world has to see that.
Hey, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold on.
Nigga said he got 10 moves.
Hold on now. Listen, man. Listen. I'm going to be honest. I'm sitting here trying to think. Now, the number one dribbler ever to me in the NBA history, and people can argue me all they want, is Kyrie Irving to me, ever. I'm trying, people bring up Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson had a great crossover, had a lot of tricks. He did a lot of things off instinct. So I'm not mad at people arguing with Allen Iverson being their favorite or even number 2. But for me, number 2 is Jamal Crawford. Number 2, the fake behind the back, the throw it behind the back, off the back. Number 2, trick bags, pause, is Jamal Crawford. 10 moves that we've never seen ever. 10 Jamal, you
10 moves is crazy.
You capping. I watched you for the 19 years. You have 10, I seen you do everything that everybody pause that came in your way. I seen a lot of shit that I've never seen before. You have 10 moves that nobody in the world have ever seen. That's what you're saying.
Could you imagine if somebody said Killer never released his 10 best verses or Murder never released a 10? Like, come on, that's not even real. I'm telling y'all, as sure as I stand here, think about this. Some of the moves they doing on video games, I didn't get it from them. They got it from me. So I have to have something in my mind. You said you haven't seen some of the stuff. One of those moves I'm going to let out the bag when I play Gil. I have to let, it's like a bomb. I got to let one of the, it got to happen. It got to happen. Too many people want to see it.
Wow.
See, Gil?
Yeah,
you just messed up, right?
you done fucked up, right? You done fucked. Nigga said you said you was at the liquor store at 10:30. You done fucked up, right? Now listen, let me ask you something, and now I'm intrigued. What are you saving the other 9 for? In case somebody else get out of pocket? Like, just in case somebody else get out of pocket, I got 9 more moves.
I was going to keep him, to be honest with you. I was going to keep him in the vault. There's going to be like the Prince records. They out there, but you ain't never going to hear them. I was going to do that with him, but I'm going to pass on my sons. I'm going to give them to my sons. But I'm one of them is gonna be seen that day. And I guarantee you everybody's going to be like, what did he just do? I've never seen that before.
Jamal, if you get the ball first, pause. What is the score if you get the ball first? Going to 16, what score?
If we go to 16,
you got ball first.
I can run off
1 and 2.
I can run off. He won't touch the basketball if I don't want him to.
That's what I like to hear.
Now, what I will say, and if I'm not mistaken, because I know when we was having this conversation, I think they was on the phone with Stack. Sackfire. Shout out to Stack and Matt Barnes. Yeah. That's my niggas. They said that you've always been a liability on defense now. This is from other NBA players. How do you feel about that? Because Gilly said that you also will have to play defense.
Yeah, Gilly said if he get the ball, you might not get it.
You're a liability.
I knew what I was doing. I would get timing stops. I wasn't wasting my knees on defense. My offense was my defense. I was going, you get 10, I get 12. You get 20, I get 25. We still won. So I figured out the game how to work on that side and make it work.
Lord of Marymount. He's playing Lord of Marymount. Yeah, that's my kind of basketball. Yeah.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Mark. What do you think makes, moving on, Seattle basketball players so good? Because you guys have a slaughter of NBA players year after year, generation after generation, era after era that come from the Seattle area. What makes Seattle basketball so good?
I think first off, it rains a lot, so we always in the gym. But besides that, it's not the crabs in the bucket mentality. Like, we know if one person's doing something, like if Nate Robinson's doing a bowling event, he's going to have 10 pros there supporting him. If I'm doing a backpack giveaway, 15 pros supporting him. And so there's an 8th grader right now who can text me or text Zach LaVine or text DeJounte Murray or text Paolo Banchero like, yo, can you break down this film for me? I need to pick your brain. And we're going to respond to him. So we're like, oh, I got the blueprint here. I'm going to give it to you. Pause. You take it to the next generation and make sure they make it. And that's why it's continuous. And that's why so many dudes out here and so many more that are, going to be in the league and be successful because that information is there. And we're very gracious on how we look out for the next generation.
Who started that? Who started that system?
For me, it was Doug Christie. And then after that, it was Jason Terry. Doug Christie, I used to go meet him like 45 minutes away. And I'm 16 years old. He's a pro. I didn't even want his phone number. I didn't want no money from him. Like, let me get in the gym with you. Yeah. So if we were supposed to be at the gym at 7 o'clock, I'll be out there at 6 o'clock waiting on him. And when that happened, he showed me how to be a pro. He was the first person I seen have a handheld foam roller, like way back in the 90s. He was practicing with ankle weights on. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm stealing from him. I'm studying, what he's doing. And then from there, it was Jason Terry. And I can honestly say, I think I was the first person that went basically from high school. So I was always connected to the next generation. I never left. I didn't go anywhere else. Even when I was at Michigan, I was here every summer. Everywhere from Chicago, I was here every summer. So I'm in the same community centers hooping that they're in it. And they can, they see it. They can see that it's real.
That's big because, when I thought of that whole camp, I thought Jason Terry was the one that did it. But now that you're saying Doug Christie, that even takes it further back than that. So shout out to Doug Christie because he brought us a bunch of wonderful pros.
For sure.
Let me ask you one thing before we start talking about some NBA, unless Mase has something else to ask. What did Jingles come out there and tell you people he was like in Harlem? Because it seems like he's so young, like he was the number one nigga ever that was from Harlem.
That's a good question. I was going to
Jingles left Harlem at 14 or 15 years old and went to Seattle, and now he's an NBA trainer. He works with everybody. What was it? Where do you know Jingles from? And what is his position in Seattle? Because shout out to Jingles, that's my man. He's the one who actually got me in contact with you. What was it like meeting Jingles and hearing all these Harlem stories? And did you even believe him when you first heard him?
Well, first off, I could tell by his accent that he wasn't from here. So I believed he was from New York. Right. And then certain streets that I was Harlem when I was playing a record or going to get my hair cut. He knew him, so I'm like, okay. But then he started talking about y'all too. I'm like, man, you don't know Killer and Murder. You don't know them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been fans of y'all since I was a kid. Like, seeing you were big and seeing both of y'all were big and just seeing, you know, the transition and everything, like, it's been crazy. Like, to be honest, I don't even believe I'm talking to y'all for real. Because it was like the soundtrack to my high school and, you know, career. But he used to always talk about y'all. And then, you know, Jingles always, he got that Harlem swag. So we played one-on-one one day. Jing, you're going to see this, so it's the truth. We was at my high school, and it was a quick 5-0, you know, but Jing was sweating. He was really trying to play. And I went at him, and that's what it was. But we've been tight ever since. He's always a good dude. No, always a straight shooter, but he always...
Don't speed past this.
Yeah.
What happened at the game? Explain the game. How'd the game go?
5-0.
How'd the game go?
He didn't want to play, first off. But he had that swagger like he wanted to play. So I'm like, you know, let's play right now. He was like, all right. He had his hat, took it backwards, and he was ready. I think I gave him the rock first, and he missed. And I think I hit 4 straight. He got the rock again, missed. And then I scored again. That was it. And he was like, "No, I'm cool."
Oh my God, man!
All that nigga Jing, all you was doing was missing, Jing.
Yo, at the end of the day,
come on, Jing.
Yo, to keep it real, he ain't really from the real Harlem like that. Losing. Look, let me tell you something. To be totally honest, and what year was this? Would you say, Jamal?
Well, that was at my camp. So we played one-on-one. That was probably 5 years ago, I think, like 2018, maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant when he was younger. Oh, yeah, he ain't want no problems that long ago. Yeah, absolutely not.
I ain't gonna talk about him like that. It was 5 years ago.
No, we talk about him like that.
Yeah,
that's our nigga. That's our nigga. I'm thinking that you talking about 17, 18, 19 years old, some shit like that, but absolutely not 5 years ago. But
yeah, when he should have gotten a bucket.
Yeah, exactly. He definitely shouldn't have scored a bucket 5 years ago. But definitely big shout to Jingles. Everything you're doing in Seattle, we're proud of you, you know, coming from Harlem.
Yeah.
Going to the West Coast, making a name for yourself, and keep doing what you're doing. And thank you for connecting me with Jamal to make this happen as well. Because we talk a lot of shit to Jingles. We talk shit all the time. So we just want to give you your flowers and salute you.
So we're going to get into some quick little NBA questions that are centered around the league. So the first one, NBA head of referee development says, what we do know historically is that taunting gone unchecked leads to altercations. It leads to an increase in physicality. It leads to more, to put it kindly, passionate play. So how do you feel about this statement? And overall, do you think the league is becoming soft?
Yeah, I think, like, how can we have guys competing at the highest level? We always talk about them, you know, being friends and you know, not going at each other, pause like they should. But now when they do, it's a tech for staring at somebody. Like, that's kind of weak to me, to be honest with you. Like, I understand from his point of view, he's a professional. He's saying it could take it to the next level. But for me, like, that's what we grew up on. We grew up on Magic and Bird battling and Jordan and Knicks battling and Jordan and Xavier. It was like getting face to face to like really battle. It was no back down. And it made us proud to say we like that particular team or that particular player because they left it all on the floor. And so for now to be like a stare as a technical, that's kind of soft to me.
Yeah, stare as a technical is definitely super soft. That's crazy.
No, well, listen, man, it pisses me off. And I'm not going to sit here. And listen, I get it because it was a time.
Who was that spit on Chris Paul?
Point guard from Boston, our nigga Rondo.
Yeah, that's a tech.
That's definitely a tech
in the arena.
That nigga Rondo. You know what was crazy about it? I thought they was exaggerating because Rondo got some sneak spit shit. He did that shit fluently. It was like little droplets. More of the story is back to the original topic, is that I think my personal opinion is if you're in somebody's face to where you're spitting on them, cool, but if you get a dunk or and one, I'm not saying go jump in the guy's face, but you allowed to yell. If you walk off and like, players work hard. Even with football, I see this a lot. And there's certain celebrations they get flagged or penalties for or fined or whatever the case may be. But what you have to realize is that athletes work hard day and night. It's not like you just see them pull up to the game. My nigga Lemon Pepper Lou, I love what he said one year. He said, I'm talking about Lou Williams, one year they was trying to compare like N1 players to NBA players, and all the NBA players was like, could y'all please stop doing that? Because at the end of the day, his statement was, we have to play basketball when we don't want to play basketball. It's like, this is what we do. Stop comparing people to us. So when you want to celebrate for all the hard work that you've done, and then you have your adrenaline rushing, and you got an arena full of people screaming and cheering, sometimes that overflows. I don't think if you're in somebody's face screaming in their face, yeah, give them a text, but yo, dog, I can't just say, rah! Yeah. Yo, listen, man, I might have my check be gone because I work hard to show off. And I know marketing, for me personally, I understand marketing. We gave Ant-Man some advice yesterday on the show. Marketing is very important. I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Good advice, too. I heard that. That was good with the pump. He could do something like that. That was great advice.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So what I'm saying is this, I just think that athletes work too hard that sometimes you're allowed to get a little Hulkamania if it's not another. Nigga do this, that's 30,000. Imagine a nigga do that in the whole game. Or go for the booze, you getting fined crazy. So I think it's a few different scenarios with this. It depends on when you grew up, what you were watching. For me and Mase, we started watching basketball in the early to mid 80s. Yeah. We seen all of the 90s. And then we seen when
Real fights.
We seen when it started slowing down in the early to mid 2000s. And one thing I will say is that David Stern definitely cleaned it up. But
Adam Silver.
No, David Stern the one cleaned that up. You know, that nigga Carmelo punched somebody in the face 59 games. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's to a point where calm down with if a nigga just feeling themselves if they dunked on somebody. If you need to find somebody a dude or somebody's getting crazy with it, cool. But at the end of the day, chill. It was Wild Cowboy for a minute. Shit was wild.
Yeah.
You know, you got Jeff Van Gundy biting Alonzo Mourning ankles.
Holding on his foot and all of that.
Yeah, so it was crazy for me. It was
crazy.
But I think that it needs to be more of a balance.
Yeah, I was saying Adam Silver just made it too soft. Pause. He won't let nobody do nothing.
I think Adam Silver only been there about 6-7 years. I think he's following the blueprint that David Stern left for him. He was David Stern little nigga. Before he got there, he was sitting under David Stern the whole time. Adam Silver, to be honest with you, you know what we'll see? And we're going to talk about it a little later at the end of the show. It was Draymond just choked the nigga out. We're going to see what that suspension is like. We're going to get to that in a minute, but we'll see what the suspension is like. I think Adam Silver is more of a players commissioner than David Stern. You know, first thing when Homeboy was talking shit about Magic from the Clippers, lifetime suspension. Same thing with Homeboy who owned Phoenix. Yo, get it together, wrap this shit up. You said the word nigga or whatever he did that was racial and derogatory.
Sell the
team. So I think he's more for the players, if you ask my opinion. What do you think about that? Because you played under both commissioners. What do you think?
Yo, I thought you was talking about...
No, I'm talking. I'm talking. Jamal, he played under both commissioners.
I think like Stern was more so. This is what it is. What I say, this is it. And he grew the league, you know, to that point afterwards. Like it was successful, everything was rolling, but he was like the unquestioned leader. To me, Adam is the unquestioned leader, but he's more open-minded. It's okay, you guys are actually playing. What do you guys feel about this? And kind of. He's the guy, but he's also listening to the players a little bit more as far as how they see things from, okay, you know, he just came out and said something about All-Star, like the introduction was too long. CP was like, yo, you can't expect us to have an introduction for 20 minutes, then take the game serious. He's like, you're right. You know, so I think he's open-minded in that regard. But I definitely think, you know, like going forward, they're going to have to address that because you can't have all the emotion, like you said, of working hard and making a dope play, a crossover dunk, whatever it is, and then just turn that emotion off. Like the very next second when it worked and it was good. So I don't know. They're gonna have to take a look at that for sure.
So I know you can't answer this, but I was thinking about it. Who are the soft players that you think that he's talking to come up with these rules?
I don't think it's the players he's talking to. I think aesthetically, like for example, when the Pistons played the Spurs, when Chauncey Billups was there, And it was like the games were like 72, 76 in the finals. It wasn't viewed well. Like viewership was terrible, right? And now you see more of a free-flowing game. You see people get their moves off. You see more skills come to the table because it's like there's no physicality. There's no like, you know, those hard fouls. So I think aesthetically, people that are paying money to come to games, paying money to watch the games are more interested. They'd rather watch that than, you know, a low-scoring game because it ain't like what people are really trying to see.
So do you think is more that is no physicality or the players are actually more skilled right now? Which one do you think?
I think it's both. I think from 1 to 12, they're more skilled, but the physicality, like you've taken away the defensive strength by not allowing them to even touch an offensive player. Pause. Like it's the advantage is for the offensive player to score. You know what I'm saying? So with that, that's what people want to see. But it's crazy because in the playoffs, they expect you to play through that. Like they've let you dribble and do whatever with nobody touching you the whole time, pause. But now it's like, nah, play through that. Figure out a way to score at the highest level when it means the most.
So there is a viral video going around of an NBA analyst calling out James Harden by saying that he's not the system, he's the problem. Bally Sports executives decided to take the video down. So in your opinion, do you think the video was valid or people are putting too much blame on one player?
Matter of fact, we'll get to that. Hold on. We'll get to that in a minute. What do you just think about the Clippers situation right now?
If I'm being honest, I think...
That's why you're here. You're here to be honest. You're here to be honest.
Yeah.
He's Kawhi Leonard's their best player. They're going to go furthest with him being the best player. So whoever their game doesn't mix well with his is the person that needs to come off the bench. And out of those four, to me, is James Harden. Obviously, he plays better with the rock in his hand when he's making decisions, when he's absolutely, you know, the guy, the focal point. But he's not a catch and shoot guy. And if he has the rock, Kawhi Leonard's the catch and shoot guy. That's not what you want from him. So to me, you let James Harden come off the bench, he still can get 20 and 10. He still gets 30-something minutes. He'll still finish the games. But for the majority of the game, have him come off the bench so he can have his own team within the team. And he can do what he wants to do. And then everybody's not just tiptoeing around. They'll all be more successful.
So you're saying, in other words, make him have his system inside their system.
Yes. Yes, because you can't bring a James Harden to your team and not allow him to be him. But if he's taking 6 shots, 7 shots, that's hurting him and the team. Now it's all about winning. They've all accomplished everything. They're 4 Hall of Famers. Bring him off the bench and still give him the same minutes, but he has a different unit he's playing with so he could be the focal point.
You know, Jamal, I'm really not going to say anything about this. I'm really not, because I've been saying this for because I know you're busy, and before the show's over, I want everybody to know what you have going on with Crawford's Couch with TNT, as far as you writing for NBA, for the NBA. We're going to get to everything you got, so you may have missed the last few episodes. But all I've been saying is bring James Harden off the bench. And everybody like, Russell Westbrook need to come off the bench. James Harden can't come off the bench. What does it look like James Harden coming off the bench? I said, y'all not paying attention to what I'm saying, man. James Harden would be a Manu Ginobili situation. It would be a Jamal Crawford situation with him coming off the bench. I've been saying this for 3-4 episodes, and I'm not saying Mason Stab. I'm just saying people in the comments, oh, what are you talking about? I don't think he should come off the bench. A 6th man of the year 3 times is telling you what would be beneficial for a Hall of Famer at this point in his career, a 19-year career, professional career with Jamal Crawford, and a 6th man of the year 3 times. Last game, 51 points, average 31 points coming off the bench. Just happens to agree with my assessment that I've been saying for the last 4 or 5 episodes. So that's why I don't have anything to say, because you're absolutely saying completely what I've been saying. So I have nothing to say about this. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
As another basketball savant, I agree.
You never said this, Mase. You didn't say this. You did not say this. You did not say this, Mase. You did not say
I agree that Westbrook should not come off the bench.
You said, yeah. So then, so what you're saying? No, Mase, you're spinning it. I don't know what you said. You did not say that. You did not say.
I did believe that Westbrook should not come off the bench.
I don't remember
because
that.
You'll lose him. He's not going to be the same.
You can say what you want today.
We have to go back to the tape.
Then we must, because I've never heard Cam. You know what?
I didn't say James Harden. I said you cannot put Russell Westbrook off the bench. It'll mess the whole team up. Did say this as him as a starter. So you just said it a different way.
You can say what you want, Mase. You can try and spin it, go to the videotape. Hey. I know you never said, you know what, Cam, you're right. I didn't hear that. One time for the 3 episodes that I've been talking about. Today we're right.
Yeah, we're right.
Because Jamal is here co-signing what I said. And he didn't even know I said this. But now all of a sudden, I said it. I said
no, you said it a different way. It's tomatoes.
But why you never said, why didn't you just say, Cam, you know what, you're right?
Cam, we're right.
Because the whole thing is this, if you said Russell Westbrook shouldn't come off the bench, you never said James Harden should.
I didn't say Paul should either.
You didn't say anybody should. All you said was Russell Westbrook shouldn't come off the bench. So that means 4 other people could probably. Look, I'm not here to argue.
Cameron, you're right.
That's all I want.
Cameron, you're right. How does that feel?
It feels good. That's all I've been waiting for. Thank you. I don't know. I appreciate it. That's all I've been looking for the last 5 minutes. I told you.
You'll never understand. Listen, you'll never understand.
With Colorado, when I thought their last game was to Colorado State, I came in here.
You did.
And I said, I don't know why it's so hard.
You did.
Listen, and it still might not happen. It's just me and another professional's opinion because we just think alike because we them type of niggas. Period.
Yeah.
But as far as back to the comments what Stat was saying, what do you think about the announcers' comments being taken down, or do you even know about this situation?
No, I know about it for sure. I think with him being like a voice of another team, it'd be different if he was an analyst like us, right? Like if he was an analyst like myself on TNT or you guys when it is what it is, and you had that open opinion. But I think the reason why I took it down is because he works for another team. So it looks like you're not giving him a fair shake anyway. Like you came in with an agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like. So I see why they took it down. But do you think what he said was wrong, Killer and Murder and Treasure? Do you guys think what he said was wrong?
To be honest with you, when I seen that they made him take him down, I was going to offer him a job over here. I was going to tell him, look, if you want to come work for us, look, if you don't want your producer being all in your ear telling you what to say and telling you what you can and not can, don't say this. Don't come there. It is what it is, nigga. Say what the fuck you want to say when you want to say it. I thought, and listen, to be totally honest with you, that's why I'm glad that we have you on here, because I never looked at it from that perspective. You got to realize when we get these sound bites, just from a casual fan perspective, I'm just talking about not even an analyst. I'm talking about a person outside of me, a casual fan. Mm-hmm. And they see that we don't do the due diligence that a Jamal Crawford or a Mase or a Cam may do to know that that guy is an analyst for another team. You just get the sound bite and you be like, he's spitting facts. That's true.
Yeah.
But even myself, and of course, Mase say he would have known this if you asked him. But I didn't look at it from that perspective that you just brought up, that he does work for another team, and it looks like he had this agenda already laid out if the Clippers had lost the game.
Yeah, that's why they took down his and not ours.
Well, nobody can take down ours unless we just go crazy. We work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. When you have a boss.
And the teleprompter says it.
Yeah. yeah. So
you gotta chill out.
Yeah, man. So I'm glad you gave that perspective because I didn't look at it like that.
That's a great perspective. But I also like that he said that because it kind of shows us a different side. Because, I mean, in that type of role, it's very concrete. You have to do things a certain way. So people actually had more respect for him after he said that because it was like, okay, you have opinions other than what people are telling you. Kind of sucks that they had to take it down because that's authentically what he felt. But at the end of the day, I think more people want to hear what he has to say because of that clip. But
and yeah,
there's a little plagiarism though.
No, but what I'm saying is that is 100% right because that's because of niggas like us. Niggas like us is making it cool to do what the fuck you want to do. Nobody was doing this shit before me and Murder came. I mean, don't get it wrong. You got Gil, you got Stack and Matt, and you got KG, which all been in the league, and y'all have a respect for players and you know they argue with each other too. But we never made it pro, but we know sports and we made it to further. You gotta look at it like this. This is what niggas be like, y'all never went pro, and this, that, and the third. I'm gonna give you me and Mace's background real quick, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying we would have went pro. We'll never know. And at the end of the day, we both 6 feet on the dot. Who knows? We're not saying we're good at Allen Iverson or Nate Robinson or Spud Webb, but we had the opportunity. We both went to college. Mm-hmm. We both got kicked out of college our first year. So at 19 years old, we always rapped as a hobby. It was a hobby. We was going back to school. Mace ended up getting a record deal at 19 years old, which would be probably his sophomore year going into college. Yeah. And now, mind you, this is the 90s. It is no one and done. You go 4 years in the 90s. That's just the way it goes, unless you're super good like Chris Webber or somebody of that nature. Grant Hill goes 4 years. Christian Laettner goes 4 years. You go 4 years. That's just the way it is. So Mase would be a sophomore at 19 years old, about to be 20 years old. He gets a record deal and gets $4 or $5 million. And now we're going to go back to school and maybe go pro? It doesn't, no. It doesn't
we'll
work never
that
know.
way.
So don't belittle our decision.
He said, don't belittle the decision.
Don't belittle the decision because at the end of the day, if a nigga is 19 years old is grabbing $5 million up front and then you grabbing 100 every other weekend and then you driving around, 19-year-olds are just starting to get that back with NIL. Yeah. So, sorry, fellas, but it was a possibility that we at least could have went overseas, minimum.
Yeah. Right. So, no, I was going to ask, since we brought up that part of it, right. I was going to ask all you guys, but Murder, do you ever, do you miss rapping? Do you miss, man, I can still with these. I should drop an album. I should drop a mixtape. I should drop a freestyle. Do you miss rapping like that? At that speed, when you just in it?
No, I don't think it's enough competition to miss it like that.
That was cold. That's it.
No further comment.
Nobody can fuck with me like that, so I don't really miss it like that. For me, to be honest with you, to answer your question, I sometimes I'll be like, I don't give a fuck, but I've done it so long that I still do so. Mase could sit here and say he doesn't miss it, but Mase record 3-4 songs every week. He's still Mase people don't know Mase is still recording every week. I don't know what he's saving it for. I don't know when it's coming out. But Mase records every weekend. What you were saying, Carl?
He's like my moves. He's saving it. He's just saving it.
No, it is. Like he said, it may not be for public, same way you saving your moves. Yeah, that's what your phone. Yeah, it's in the vault. Your phone was breaking up. I mean, shit was breaking up, so I didn't hear. But it's almost like breathing. I got a studio in my crib. It's I can go downstairs and fuck around, do a song or whatever. Same thing with me. I record all the time, but it's but I think it's this, my personal opinion. If the level of success that Mase had and myself, if it ain't gonna be that, then what we in it for? Niggas reached the mountaintop pause. So if it ain't gonna be that cool, me, what I'm starting to do, me personally, is just unload my hard drive pause. I got 300-400 songs. Every few months, I'm just gonna let them shits out. Because it's still gonna accumulate money through streaming. I may not go on tour, I may not do shows behind them, but you're gonna get some music because what the fuck is them niggas? I'm not gonna do it. I don't know what Mase might got a whole nother plan. Mase got a different blueprint. Me, I'm gonna start letting 8-9 songs out every other month that's been sitting in my hard drive ports for the last fucking 2-3 years anyway.
And then
that's crazy.
Last question before we go to break, and on the topic of missing the craft, another Seattle player who is no longer playing revealed he asked the Hornets GM for a roster spot. So how do you feel about that?
Isaiah Thomas, he should absolutely be in the NBA. He should never been out. And it's crazy to me because no matter who you are and what craft you're in, if you can learn from somebody who's done it, like if I'm a new rapper in the game, I can learn from Murder and Killer. Like, why would I not want to? So to me, it's kind of like the young players leading the young players. They need a vet to listen to. I didn't learn how to be a vet until I had Charles Oakley and Rick Brunson and Scottie Pippen and Kendall Gill and all these dudes, Greg Anthony, to learn from. Like, nah, young fella, being on time is being here an hour and a half before practice. You know, you can't eat McDonald's no more. Like, so I learned, it set the foundation for my career, and I feel like that's missing right now in the league and in other leagues as well. And that's what Isaiah can bring to the table, along with being an all-star, he's seen the mountaintop as well. And he wants to give that game away. Like, and GMs don't want that around their team that can help shape a young player's future. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think what you said earlier explained like kind of how I feel. If you're like one of those OGs that you could still do it on a high level, and then you're asked to play backfill or the back, how could you say it? Back up to somebody who's not really that passionate about what they're doing. That's the hard part to do.
Listen, man,
for sure.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Isaiah Thomas got a raw deal, and it started with Danny Ainge, man.
Yeah,
that man. Sister passed away. He leave the Celtics, go back to Seattle during the playoffs to check on his sister and his family, his family. And I'm giving a story that I've seen, like, Jamal may have better insight than me. Go check on the family, come back to Boston, play in the playoffs with a fucked up hip. Meanwhile, they're preparing to bury his sister. He still comes give his all to the Boston Celtic franchise to try and beat, I believe it was Cleveland at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also playing with a fucked up hip. They lose, he goes back home, bury his sister, cool. Now, mind you, he has a messed up hip. He comes back. Now, he's supposed to get $160 million at this time.
Yeah, I remember.
He's supposed to get that chicken. That chicken was about to come. He could have said, you know what? My sister's passed away. I'm not mentally stable to play. And I'm going to rest my hip for my contract next season. Instead, he put his body and his mental health also on the line, going through what he went through. Soon as niggas get a chance to get Kyrie Irving, man, fuck that. Go get Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Next day, they go get Kyrie Irving, not knowing what this man they went through. And that just goes to show how fucked up certain shit is. They're not taking into accountability Isaiah Thomas, the human being. It's Isaiah Thomas, oh, he's 5'9", and we can get Kyrie Irving. I know he left us to go to his sister's funeral. I know it's, matter of fact, send him to Cleveland, we ain't even gonna tell him about his hip. And that's when the problem started. And I'm so mad about that situation because he was up for the big chicken. He was about to get that real chicken. And ever since then, he 1-year contracts or 10-day contract or go to G. Like, yo, I don't like the way he was treated. And that shit really gets me upset for him. I'm really upset about his situation.
Yeah, that might have cursed Boston, I think.
What you gonna say, Mo?
And he still grinds every single morning at 5:30 in the morning. Like, so no, it didn't surprise me that he texted GM like he's fighting for his basketball life. You know what I mean? And that part is like you said, messed up killer, but it's also inspiring to me. Like, damn, he gets up every day at 5:30, every single morning, working out, just waiting for that other opportunity, And it's crazy. It's crazy because I see him on a personal level. And like I said, I'm a little bit older than him. That's my little brother, but it's like inspiring to see he still wants it, to continue on no matter what. And I salute that part of it.
How much do you think he scores coming off the bench right now? How much is Isaiah putting up?
In a game where they're shooting so many threes, which he did best and got to the hole and got fouled, I would say if he played, let's say, 15 minutes, he can get 15, 16 points. Because I think he would hit 2 or 3 threes, he'd get 2 layups. You had 13 right there, and I get 2 free throws. So it just depends how much he played. But this is the part I think that needs to be said. He's also good if he doesn't play. He's good with being that vet. He's good with giving back the knowledge to the next generation. And I think that's another reason why some teams haven't brought him in, because they're like, oh, if we bring him in, he has to play this amount of minutes. He's like, no, I'll be a veteran where I can give the game to these dudes. And I'm good with that if I don't play a second. And that's the part I think needs to be out there more.
Okay. And then lastly, before we go to break, who is your favorite to go to the finals? I know it's early, but what do you think?
Before the season started, I said Phoenix and Milwaukee, but Phoenix got to get healthy. And then if they healthy, I still got Phoenix come out the West. And then I think Milwaukee gets together. I'll stay with that pick. Who you got, Treasure?
I mean, I'm a little biased, so I love the Heat, but I don't know what's going to happen. And then on the West, probably Denver. So we'll see.
That was actually my pick. Milwaukee coming out the East. I don't know if that's still my pick. That was my pick originally. And, you know, I'm a home of KD's like my man, so I'm always rooting for the Suns. But until somebody shows me different with Denver, I have to go with Denver. I had the Suns get into the Western Conference Finals, but Denver looked like they picked up where they left off. I know Jamal Murray is out, but when he was in the first few games, they looked like right where they left off last season. So Denver until further notice.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to go Indiana and Denver.
You sound like Gilly right now, fam.
Gilly passed him the blunt. He got a contact.
Yo, Marble.
You and that Gilly.
This nigga right here.
I was just saying that to just add some humor to the show.
But Indiana looks really good.
Yeah, they
though.
do.
They're under the microscope. You guys under the microscope. Jamal, before you get out of here, let everybody know what you got going on this year and coming up and where they can see you at.
Yeah, so this year I'm going to be on NBA TV until January. Then I got TNT January, the rest of the season with myself, Shaq, Left Code, Candace. I'm writing for NBA.com with Crawford's Mailbag. I'm actually commentating in games this year too. So that'll be dope. My first one's coming up real soon. And then I also am doing Crawford's Couch. And what I do is try to highlight the culture. It's not just sports. It's not just actors or actresses or musicians. It's the culture, period. And trying to bring awareness to their movement, what they got going. So I'm pretty much everywhere right now. And I'm on It Is What It Is with the real ones. So it's dope to be out here.
Thank you, man. And listen, man, anytime you want to come on this show, you're more than welcome. We'll be waiting for you. And everything you got going on, man, is fucking dope. And we're really, really excited for you. But anytime you want to come on the show, you have a home here, man. And we'll call you in a month or two when you're not busy and come back and see where we're at with the NBA stuff.
Yeah, and don't let that nigga Gilly score a basket.
Well,
that's what's up. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes. Jamal, congrats on everything and thank you for being here. We're going to go to break, and when we return, we will talk about Pat Mahomes' funky pregame ritual.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. Wanna be free.
Welcome back. So let's get into our Underdog Fantasy picks of the day. On Sunday, the Bucks will play the 49ers. Underdog Fantasy has Baker Mayfield at 230.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Pause. I'm going to go lower.
Okay.
I agree with Mase. I'm going lower.
Okay. Mike Evans is at 57.5 receiving yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm going higher.
All right, higher.
Okay. And Brock Purdy is at 233.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
How many?
233.5.
Who they playing?
The Bucks. Yeah.
Higher.
I'm going high. I think when 49ers have their whole whole team there, that Brock Purdy plays really well. I'm going high.
Great. Make sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app and
wait.
make your picks too.
Before we finish, Cam say I don't ever do anything for him. So I got you a surprise. Pause.
First of all, pause. I don't like the laugh.
Like this surprise.
What's going on, fellas? What's happening?
Say hello to the babes. The body rub babes.
Hey, yo, kid, what's happening? Wow.
How you doing?
Hey, yo, kids, wow, what's up?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you. What's going on?
Don't ever say I ain't do nothing for you.
Wow, this is crazy, man. So, am I getting a massage right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little massage.
Okay.
A little something.
Right.
After this. Anyway.
Oh.
And a body rub bath hat for
I can do my interview while this goes on.
Yeah.
And a body rub bath hat for you.
Okay.
Body rub babe.
How has the body rubs base been going since we talked about it?
Oh my God.
On the show. Talking to my husband.
We've been booked and busy.
Okay. That's the word I know. That's my man right there. That's my man. I'm very excited. Can I do the interview while we do this? Nigga,
Yeah,
is this
we
possible?
gonna interview her. Because I ain't get to interview you.
No, I'm taking the silk off.
Yeah,
I got a little
I
silk
didn't get
off.
to interview you.
I can bring this by the microphone, you said? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me do this, because this is great promotion for the body rub, babes. I'm going to keep on.
This is it.
Wow, Treasure made this happen.
Same man.
Treasure really made this happen. She wanted to interview you, and it's good that you all meet in person. Wow, yo, Mase, this is a murder that was my friend right here. This was my man right here, man. This was my guy, man. Well, yo, Kiss, thank you for coming in person.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
I'm
man.
looking forward.
This is great. So what I'll do is this. Let's bring this over here.
Okay.
So you guys could talk and Mase. Yeah, this is my man. Miss Beffa, I'm gonna get the family for the family, man. This is great because you know what's great about it? You didn't get a chance. You wasn't here
Yeah.
to talk to us, so you got to talk
Yeah, I'm
about
gonna get to interview you while you do your job.
just naked if you want to.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Body
You
rub,
know
man.
the oil on your back.
Yeah.
You set this up. This is you.
Okay.
I didn't know he was going to go for it.
Thank you. So,
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Kiss, how long you been doing body rubs? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You don't have anything now.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Well, if you don't want, we can go to the next. You're a real masseuse.
no, I really am good. I am. I try to
So you
feel
really
good.
a masseuse, like no funny business.
No, I'm not trained, but I'm just an empath. So I can like right now, I know Cam has some tension. Well, not really tension, but some stuff in his shoulders going on.
Oh shit.
Like,
And what
I can
does
hear
that
it.
mean? When this the stuff he
well-
got in his shoulders.
So, can you hear that when I do it?
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
feel
I can hear the muscles and the gases in the muscles. I can.
He
feel
got
here.
gas?
Like, okay, so when you get a massage and your back cracks,
Yeah.
those are gas bubbles that are popping that you hear really.
So he got gas bubbles.
So you have like gas in between your muscles and your ligaments
know
and
what she's
stuff, and
doing.
you have to just work that out.
You're not gonna get in trouble doing this. I thought you was gonna send another body rub.
Oh
babe.
no! He gets the body rub, babe.
Thank you.
She said she'd be expert.
I couldn't put nobody else's hands on this but me.
Thank you. Oh man.
You sure it's not gonna? We're not here to get in trouble.
No, we're not gonna get in trouble.
All right.
We're good. I'm good. I'm already in all the trouble I'm gonna be in already, so
All right.
I don't
all
think
right.
kid anymore.
What you thinking, Treasure?
I don't know.
You're
I
speechless.
actually I wanted to interview Kiss, and so I'm happy she's here. Like I wanted her to tell her story, and she Body rub expert babe, so she here.
Yeah, y'all don't got no questions? Because I
got a lot of questions.
Okay.
No. Hold on.
Can I have some of that water?
Hold on real quick. The body rub babes is official.
The body rub babes is official.
Nah, this is official tissue. Because I get a lot of massages. She knows what she's doing.
Thank you.
Woo. Well, go ahead, mate.
So, no questions?
If y'all ain't gonna ask no questions,
I had a lot of questions.
He just forgot.
He's like,
he forgot.
Yeah, my mind just kind of went blank. I normally don't interview people while guys got their shirt off, you know. What did you ask her? So I don't ask the same questions.
Okay.
Let's get on that too hard or anything.
I don't know. I asked her about her business. I mean, the hat says what? Okay, yeah. What's my body, my choice? Yeah.
In my little
your body, your choice.
Video, I said, it's my body, my fucking choice.
Right.
So that's what
I'm really disappointed in both of y'all that like nobody else.
I do got questions.
I
was letting Treasure get started first. Pause.
Everyone's calling me a 304 on the internet, so I thought I might as well capitalize off of it. I'm so sad.
Did Joe get these body rubs often?
He used to.
He messed his body rubs up.
Yeah. I say like this, I give you the best of me until you earn the worst.
Oh.
You're not licensed?
No.
This is crazy. They should give you certificates. Right now.
What did your OnlyFans go up after that?
Yes, I was at like probably in the top 20% of creators, and now I'm in the top like 20.
Oh.
Okay, I have a very random question.
Okay.
Baby alien.
Everybody,
if you know, you know.
I didn't.
We
just did a skit together.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a skit. No. They're like, oh, she smashed Baby Alien. I'm like, no, I didn't.
Who's Baby Alien?
I said, if you know, you know.
Yeah, they said you were dating a midget, but I didn't know how true that was.
No. That's all. Just farce.
Okay.
So what's wrong, mate?
I can't believe it.
All right, let me ask the question because where's your relationship at right now? Because I don't really know what's going on with my co-host right now.
Yeah,
Because they're not asking no questions.
Are y'all still together?
I don't really know what we are. I just know I'm here massaging Cam.
Will this jeopardize it?
No.
So he's not gonna feel.
I'm not worried about it being jeopardized.
No, but he's not gonna feel any way about what you're doing.
I mean, I'm not concerned with how he feels about what I'm doing. He's not concerned about how I feel when he's doing.
When's the last time y'all communicated?
We were texting with each other over the last few days.
Good, that's good. You're making progress.
So there's hope for the future with y'all.
I don't know.
Do you want it to be hope there?
I want to be happy.
This is what I think from your comments. I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, sorry. You could tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that you was at a point a couple weeks ago where you wanted to fix this, and I think that you're having fun right now, seeing what single life has been treating you like the last couple weeks. Because I could be wrong, but when we did, just saying real quick, when we did the interview with you, you was like you want to fix it, and today you saying I just want to be happy. It wasn't the same answer from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking you.
All right. Well, honestly, basically what it is that we've had a lot of issues over the last few years. Not just financially, but just with communication with each other. And I don't know. If you look at my Instagram, I look like I'm single. You know, I go out by myself.
Yeah,
I
your
travel
gram
alone.
says you're single.
Yeah, my gram says I'm single. You know, I travel alone. I do everything by myself. So I might as well just be by myself.
So if you can, let me ask you a good question, because this is the $1 million question. Yeah. For real. All jokes aside. If you could have
from the jump, murder.
If you could have all the money, if you could have all of the money you want, or you could have the relationship you wanted with Joe, which one you pick? If you could have one of those.
If I could have all the money that I wanted, or the relationship that I wanted with Joe, I would probably take the relationship that I wanted, because money doesn't make you really happy. So, you know.
But to be fair, and I'm not talking to yo, you good. I'm not talking about the relationship. It seems like you had the relationship you wanted with Joe, but y'all was struggling.
I didn't have the relationship that I wanted with Joe. When Joe and I first got together, he said something to me. He said, I cannot be the man that you need. And I didn't believe him for a long time, because I figured that, you know, depression and, you know, whatever he was going through, I could help, you know.
So he didn't lie to you.
Thinks that,
he didn't lie to you, though.
No, he didn't lie to me.
So then it's not his fault.
It's not his fault when it comes to the emotional aspects of it, you know. And that's, you know, you can't give to me what you're not giving to yourself.
So a couple weeks, like a week ago or so, you and Joe was out having a good time. What changed?
We went out that one night to go to a play that my friend invited us to.
Yeah,
and that was only because, you know, it was because of who it was. It had nothing to do with going out to have a good time with me. It was more about, this was a necessity. We needed to be there.
This is interesting. This is interesting.
So when he said he wasn't the man he couldn't be, it was emotional. He, you doing now on purpose because it's my go.
Yeah. He said he wasn't the man she wanted him to be.
But what I'm saying is this, murder, and we don't know all the details, and that's why I'm asking questions. It's like the situation was based on financial, why you did OnlyFans and the other things that you're doing, and the body rubs, babe. We may need to make an investment on this right here if it's more body rub babes that's doing this good of a job. But we only got the financial story. Now it's an emotional aspect to it. Are you leaving because of finances or because of emotion?
It's a combination. It's a combination of things. He's just not. I feel like he's not really interested in regaining his status, or I think he's just content.
His status with you?
No, his status in life, period. Like his own standing, you know, being back in the public eye. I don't think he really wants any of that.
But isn't he, how old is he?
Younger than me.
And what do you want him to do? Be like I
mean, you know, since I've been with Joe, I have gotten him to go to audio engineering school. He dropped out. I got Joe playing in the Big Three through my connections the first year.
Oh, you put him in the Big Three.
Second year, he dropped out. What else did he do that he started?
Did you ever ask Joe what he wants?
Joe wanted to do music. He wants to do music. That's why I thought engineering was a good idea for him. You know, he's a really talented rapper, you know, but people don't take him seriously because he's 6'10" and he played basketball.
What was his rap name?
Joe Beast. He's got good music.
Joe Beast.
Yeah, he's like not bad. And he writes songs too. Like he's written a couple of songs for me that are like ballads and shit. Like it's ridiculous. You know, so I know what he wants to do. I mean, I don't know if he knows what he wants to do. Like, he has music he hasn't even put out. Like, I put out more music than he does. And he's in the studio more than I am. We had a studio in the house and he was recording all the time.
So if y'all could get y'all relationship fixed, you would want the relationship?
Maybe. Depends. There's a lot of work that has to happen.
No, but if he was willing to do the work, are you working with him or are you not? At this point.
Yeah, at this point, if he's willing to do the work, I mean, he needs to go to counseling. We need it together and separately. But this has been like I withheld sex for like a whole month until I couldn't hold it anymore because we weren't going to go to therapy. I was like, we don't go to therapy, we're not having sex. And I punished myself for a month. I was like, all right, never mind. You know, so it's just, he's not interested in stuff, life, things. And honestly, I think he just wants to be someplace else. You know, I mean, you don't know. Why do you cheat?
Somewhere else where?
Yeah.
With someone in Virginia.
Wow.
So
you putting all Joe business out there.
So we asked what Joe want, but what does Kiss want?
That was a good question, Stat. Way to undercut me. You got a career in sabotager.
You want me to ask the right question.
Enjoy her life and travel and do what I've been doing before I met Joe, which was traveling and living my life, you know, and I thought that I'd have a partner to do that with, but he can't even do that with me.
We're going to have to interview Joe because we're just hearing your side.
That's
really, Joe, if you're watching this, Joe,
please, by all means,
Joe,
come talk
listen,
to them.
Joe. I didn't know she was a body rub babe. I thought it was the company. She showed up. Joe, don't shoot the messenger.
All I can say is that from his other interviews, I have receipts. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. I got receipts. But I
don't mean it in a messy way. We just, you know, in every story there's two sides.
Right, in every story there's two sides.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you that.
Because you got what you're getting.
What he wants to tell you, and then I'm gonna come back with the receipts of what he should have told you.
I get what you're saying. So he's all wrong and you're all right.
I'm not saying that. We both have our demons. We both have done things in our relationship. However,
well, tell us your part. Tell us your part.
Okay, what have I
Joe
done?
Joe ain't here to defend himself. We gotta hear Joe's side.
He cheated,
what would
I
Joe
cheated,
say?
We both cheated.
So if Joe was here, what would Joe say about you?
Joe would say that I don't listen to him, that he feels lonely, that I'm always paying more attention to other people than I do him.
Wow.
And that's it. But I feel like this.
How you gonna be with somebody and be lonely?
That's what I want to know. Because I'm there all the time. You know what I mean? But
you said you're not attentive.
No, I am very attentive. I'm very attentive. When I got with Joe, I gave him pedicures every weekend, massages all the time. Like I'm a
pedicures too.
I do pedicures
That's
and
part of the body
manicures,
rub
all of that
shit.
Body scrubs, manscaping, what you need, we got you.
I bet.
But I'm just saying, like, I started off giving him my everything and not being appreciated. Like, I would cook in lingerie, every night dinner, pedicures every weekend. Like, I'm pretty dope.
I don't like the way you putting Joe out there. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't like
Joe's not a bad guy. He's just maybe not.
What's good about Joe? Let me hear that. What's good about Joe?
He's there.
He's just there.
That's not a good answer.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
No, that's
I can go away and come home.
Fellas, let me give you this disclaimer. This is what happens when you take the highest time of your life and give it away to a baddie. This is what happens.
He didn't. Wait, hold up. You're mistaken. He didn't take the highest time of his life and give it to me. No, he gave it to somebody else. I got him at the worst part of his life.
Oh,
you wasn't.
I was never there.
You wasn't there when he got the shit.
Yo, Stat, bring Mase up to date about the first wife.
Put on your name, Kiss.
There's a whole first wife.
Put some. I thought you was the wife when he got the bag.
No, I was the one that came after the bag was gone. Somebody else stole $100,000 from him, his girlfriend prior to me. I came in on some, let's try to fix this shit. You know?
Wow.
So, no, I'm not
put some respect on Kiss' name. Put some respect on Kiss' name.
Riding. I'm a ride or die, like, for real.
You didn't die, though.
But before I do, I'm out.
So then you're a ride and almost die.
I'm a ride and almost die. I'm a ride and find out I need to love myself a little bit more than I love you.
That ride or die sounds good until it's time to die.
Kids, do you watch sports?
Sometimes.
This one she can answer. We got one more sports question.
Yeah, we got another question. We would like your input because I need a pedicure.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do one more sports question, and then we'll close out the show. Kiss, you are welcome to join. Okay, Patrick Mahomes revealed he has worn the same underwear for every game of his NFL career. So, Mason Cam, what do you feel about him sharing this information?
I'm out on that, man. I'm out.
On your
who's bidding for his underwear because people be asking for mine.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I'm like, yo,
I tried, killer. I
Hey,
tried.
yo, Nick, you could dim the lights. Dim the lights. Stat, you can leave.
Oh yeah, you can out of here.
Oh my God.
Two big necks, like when they doing them 2 for $5.